Hi everybody, Paul back here again from Ballistic Blood Bullets with a ghoulish goodie from the silent era, the silent age of classic horror movies. Not the two we're looking at, that's more of the modern age, gooey goodness and Turkish delights. This one is a real horror classic, and it is the wonderful Nosferatu. And this is the wonderful new, fully restored, full, uncut, complete, unabridged version from those wonderful people at Eureka. And this is, of course, the Masters of Cinema release on Steelbook. Absolutely fantastic. This is one of those great horror films that we all likely first saw on late night television when we were very young and were enthralled and thrilled and hid behind the chair with our hands in front of our eyes, looking and gasping at the terror of Max Schreck as the ghoulish vampire Nosferatu. Really pleased to have this one. Wonderful looking steelbook, as is of course the case with Eureka. Never disappoint. Now this is number 70 in their Masters of Cinema releases, and as is always the case with these wonderful nice matte brushed stroke effect steelbooks from them, the reverse is so clean and crisp, just a little bit of information at the bottom, not out of place at all. Really very simplistically but very stylishly done. Let's have a look inside, because I'm pleased to say that this one does not disappoint. It does again come with interior backing artwork, and of course we get to see Nosferatu himself. Wonderful stuff. This really is just a subliminal, wonderful, sublime release. Can't get much better. They really are at the top of their game, and they know what fans are looking for, they're after, and they know that the true horror connoisseurs really have been wanting releases such as this for a very long time. So absolutely thrilled to report that they have not disappointed at all. Wonderful stuff, and as is always the case with Eureka releases, we do also get, of course, the backing info J-card with lots of information itself just on the printed sheet that comes with it. And this is an original 133:1 release, and of course it is going back to 1922, we mustn't forget that. So it's all cleaned up sound, cleaned up visuals, and the original aspect ratio as well. And there's a lot of extras that come with this, I'm really pleased to say. But again, no surprise coming from Eureka. But we get lots of behind the scenes stuff, lots of making information, and quite a few interviews with connoisseurs and film people in the know of the classic horror movies, and particularly pertaining to Nosferatu. And I was surprised to also see that we do also have a feature that has Abel Ferreira, which has a newly put together video and his thoughts on the movie, no doubt. But he is a filmmaker, I'm sure is known to all horror movie fans, of more of the sort of stronger nature, and of course the infamous Driller Killer was one of his early films, but a very stylish filmmaker in his own right, and that'll be interesting to watch. So very cool indeed, but absolutely thrilled with this release, Nosferatu, on to Steelbook. I mean, it's definitely one to have for the collection. You can't go wrong with that at all. Just as well to have a look at the DVD and Blu-ray release that come with this issue. One Blu-ray and one DVD as well. And just looking there, unfortunately have to report that it does seem to be region B locked. So it is a UK and Europe friendly release, but unfortunately for those in America and around the world, not so easy to pick this one up and play on a standard machine. You will need an all region player. But very, very stylish, very, very much a classic film of its time. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Made in 1922, silent movie of course, and from director Friedrich Wilhelm Murnau, better perhaps known to the world as F.W. Murnau. And it's a classic German horror filmmaking, and film unofficially based upon Bram Stoker's Dracula, of course, and all known prints were ordered destroyed by a court order upholding a contested case against the film Nosferatu by Bram Stoker's widow. Now, thankfully, prints of the film outside of Germany survived, and the movie still exists today. We have to be so grateful for that, because this would have been a tragic loss to early filmmaking. Max Schreck is the lead star of the movie and turns in such a convincing performance as a vampire that it became actually almost an urban legend, myth, that he was in fact a real life vampire. And that was actually depicted as such, that tale, in a later movie made in the year 2000 about the making of Nosferatu, and the film was called Shadow of the Vampire, in which Willem Dafoe plays the role of Max Schreck. Now, in this 1922 production, Max Schreck plays the role of Count Graf Orlok, who is also, of course, in full-on vampire mode, Nosferatu. Now, interestingly though, his guise of Nosferatu appears in the movie for just under 9 minutes of actual screen time. As Count Orlok, Max Schreck can be seen blinking just one time throughout the entire movie, so that's something to look out for. And also another little bit of a tidbit regarding the original release of the film. The movie was banned in Sweden for excessive horror, apparently, and it wasn't allowed to be shown to general audiences in Sweden until 1972. So that's some 50 years on after the original release of Nosferatu. 50 years of being banned for excessive horror. That's unheard of, isn't it? But absolutely delighted and thrilled to have this, and so looking forward to watching it again. Do, everybody, please let me have your thoughts on the movie, what your early experiences are of watching it. When you first actually viewed the film, how young were you, and what effect did it have on you, and is it one of the great influential horror movies for you, or is it something that, because it's one of the older films and black and white and silence, is it something that perhaps it has either passed you by or not really your cup of tea? Do let me know. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on this one. But this is the classic, unabridged, fully uncut version of director F.W. Murnau's Nosferatu. Long overdue, but delighted to see, and who better to have it from than Eureka and the masters of cinema range. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now. Well, in the excitement of my gushing over the wonderfulness of this great release, of course, there's one other thing that I forgot to show on camera, an important part of this release, and of course, again, very synonymous with Eureka and their Masters of Cinema releases, and that is the very much well appreciated and always very voluminous little booklet that comes with their releases, and this is no exception. Great stuff, and this is one even thicker than normal. This one comes out at 56 pages long. There's Max Schreck in his role as Nosferatu at the climax of the movie. So here we have a very thick and in-depth booklet. Some good pictures as usual, but it is over brimming with information relating to the movie, the making, its release, its problems that it had with the Stoker licenses, Bram Stoker and the original Dracula and his widow, all the court proceedings, looks at the director, the star, and just a heck of a lot of information to go hand in hand with this wonderful release of the movie. So there we are, just to further complement the Steelbook and the 2 discs. There we have Nosferatu, the booklet. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.